Hello everyone, digital storytelling. This is Sophie. I'm here today to talk to you about supporting a cause or problem by using digital storytelling, specifically transmedia storytelling. So there's plenty of problems in the world. We all know that. Some with solutions and others that don't. Transmedia storytelling can help solve a problem or at least help raise awareness of the problem. Now, the severity of the problem that you could choose, it could be something super small, it could be something out of this world, but that's completely up to you. I'm going to talk to you about two examples which are fairly simple. I'm going to talk about Pinterest and then my personal digital storytelling group project that I did this past semester. So we're going to get into those details. So for starters, Pinterest. The problem was that people around the world wanted to share their ideas from various medias from one platform to another for anyone to view. But then nothing quite like that existed. You couldn't just post photos and videos quite the same without going to perhaps a social media. So Pinterest creates an online platform for people to share photos, videos, and repin the ideas of others in an easy access and easy to share method. And it's reasonably fun. So here are some examples from mine. As you can see, there's plenty of videos. These, of course, can come from almost anywhere. So we're not just talking about YouTube. We're also talking about, Instagram, from just your phone, from other social medias. And then there's so many different topics that you can find. So I was looking at a lot of, snacks, food, as well as workouts. So now about my group project. So our problem that we identified was that people don't know basic life skills that might be necessary for their future. So imagine writing a check. Some people don't know how to use a check because they only use cash or they only use their card. So what we came up with was one, to create a series of introductory videos to play in public areas to interest the audience. 2. Create a website to house and organize the full videos with valuable resources. And 3. Create an app for the phone for easier and faster access. So here are some of our mock-ups for the website that we designed. As you can see on the left, we have our homepage with latest videos, other content, ways to get a hold of us, have an idea for content. You can see where we have resources and archives for the videos, relatable resources, all of these things, very easy to see. And then there's our resource page, which shows a further breakdown of our topics. So, what are some problems? What are some problems that you can solve through digital storytelling? Don't limit yourself. Think of these projects, they can be informational too. You could make a multi-platform informational story on a sport you love. So a website with stats, interactive game app, videos, a YouTube analysis. Do you think people need to know more about the art of knitting? You could create a YouTube channel, a following on Instagram with connections to the finest thread accounts. You could post instructional videos. You could have a podcast. Do you think maybe people need an easier way to self-manage their diet? What are other apps, websites, etc. lacking? With things like our videos, we were thinking how do we make the videos non-repetitive? Well, how can we make it interesting so people actually want to watch? These are multiple things to consider. I've also included some helpful resources for you guys to take a look at. These are all mostly dealing with more of a business type. Some of them are articles, some of them are videos, but I really think they would be very useful for you guys to take a look at. Well, that's a simple breakdown. If you have any questions, you can, of course, ask. And there's plenty of resources out there where you can see how other people have used storytelling.